Right, we're at gate 10 LAX. We're going to do a trip up to San Francisco. We'll be coming off of 6 right, and we're just aligning the IRS DC file. What's going on? There we go. Dodgy switches. Got to watch out for them. The cheap bloody switches that come with this thing. Anyway, warm up the window heat, and we're on ground power. So while that's happening, no smoking signs on, seatbelts, and okay, we're going to do a Gabri 7 departure off 6 right. So we're going to come up to Gabri, and then we're going to go across and work out some, we've got route finder here, and we're going to these waypoints, ZS, Pegas, Zonal, BSR, which is Big Sur. Then we'll do a Big Sur arrival for 28 left on San Francisco. Okay, so performance initialization. Our gross weight today is 55.1. 2,000 kilos reserve for fuel. Cost index 35. Cruise altitude will be, where are we going? Even, so it'll be 34,340. And transition altitude 18,000 feet. Execute that. No derated today. 5 degrees of flaps. With ProSim, you have to put in for your percentage of centre of gravity at this stage 26.2. Gives me a trim of 4.05. And that's our QRHs, our V speeds. So now we'll do our departure, and Gabri 7, 6 right, execute, comes up already. We'll go to plan, and we'll step through them as we go. We can go transition dagger, but we're not going to do that, so we're going to put some legs in. So Gabri vectors, then on to Gabri. So our next waypoint will be RZS. Next page, Pegas. And Zonal. Then we'll go to the departures page, arrivals page, and we'll do a Big Sur. BSR, where are we? Big BSR 2 arrival for ILS 28 left. And we'll come into transition DivEc. Execute. Go to the legs page, we'll check them out. Go to Disco, which is quite normal. So we'll put that in there, execute that. And there we go. So if we step through, go back to the first page, step through these, Gabri, RZS, Pegas, Zonal, Big Sur, top of descent, calming, Angie, Boulder, Menlo. There's another disco, so you see what happens there. So we want to go across to DivEc and then line up on the ILS. So we'll lose Menlo, we'll bring DivEc up into the disco and then up into that. So we go straight across like so. When I execute that, you'll see how it works. There you go. So that brings me straight on the waypoint, DivEc, Ponky, where to rock me. You can put these in manually if you want to, but which I've done in the past, but I just use the proper SIDS and stars as best I can. And there you have it. So get back on the map. Rightio, so we're looking pretty good there. Okay, no fuel in the centre tanks. We'll fire up the APU. We'll go on right ignited today. We're on left yesterday. They can come off. Okay, here we are at external view on gate 10. Just want to show my frame rates. I'm pulling about 25, average up to 28. I'm using World of AI artificial aircraft, and so it's not too bad. In fact, for LA, it's really, really good. I reckon it's just amazing. I could never do this before. World of AI, and the tweaks I've done with my config file are really working well. But I guess every machine's different, so you have to figure out what works for you. I've found a few and tried a few. Nah, they've been good, but no, not very consistent. But I've sort of nailed them now, and I'll put them on one of my prior videos if you want to check them out. So Blueskyscenery in the background. I'm wrapped in this stuff. This is freeware, and you just send in a donation if you feel like it, which I did. Yeah, I mean, I'd happily buy this. This is really good. Okay. Right, now, handbrake off. Anti-collision lights, fuel pumps on. Pushback. And let's fire them up. Packs are off. Number one spooling up. Number one away. Right, number two. I'm probably doing it wrong, but anyway, it works for me. Oops, that could be a bit far. Anyway, we'll ignore that. Number two fired up. Handbrake on. Parking brakes, I mean, not in a bloody car, am I? Okay, generator's off. Packs back on. Trim air on. Isolation valve to auto. Continuous taxi, wing lights, runway turn-off lights. APU off, APU bleed off. Good to go. Flaps 5. I use the VR Insight for that. Little M panel, worth its weight in gold. Okay, ready to go. Ready. Here we are taxiing down on taxiway Echo, going down to Echo 16. There's Echo 12 on the right. And I've just got fair weather at the moment. The frame rates are just brilliant. I'm getting 30 frames here. Now this is LAX, for goodness sake. I'm overclocked to 4.3. Certainly CPU intensive, this flight sim 10. But you know, this, I've got a few clouds. I mean, you can run Often or usually run Active Sky 2012, and yeah, I'll drop about 5 frames I reckon. There goes Echo 13. Yeah, we're coming up to Echo 16 to go on to 6 right, which will be on the right. Standard or default 737-800 I'm using here with ProSim 737. I'll just get rid of this bloke. And yeah, I'm using the PMDG sounds. I've just linked that up through the sound config to the PMDG 737-800 sounds, which sounds a bit better than the standard ones, I reckon. Here we go, Echo 16, 6 right. Nice and smooth. LA Tower, Southwest 2524, runway 6 right, ready for takeoff, north departure. Clear for takeoff, 6 right, Southwest 2524. Just another thing about Blueskyscenery, they're very, very big packages, so you need plenty of bandwidth to download them, and boy isn't it worth it. I reckon that's just beautiful. You've got to excuse the flicker on this. It's only a TV actually, it's a big 46-inch Bravia TV, Sony, and that's just the way it is. I've got it the highest refresh rate, 60 Hertz I think, but that's as good as it gets. For me it's great. It just kind of doesn't, with this resolution or this setting on the cameras, it flickers a bit, but you know, when you actually hear, you don't get that. It's just wonderful. Any of you guys in America around this area probably recognise all this. I wouldn't have a clue because I'm an Aussie, of course. Yeah, beautiful. It goes a fair way, covers a lot of area. You should check out your website. They've got a map that shows you all the squares downloadable, what they cover. We are right on flight levels now. You can see a bit of, it's a patch that's been missed out. I don't know what happened there. You can certainly see the difference between default scenery and Blueskyscenery. It's really quite pronounced. Just one square missed out. And that's probably my fault, knowing me. So that's the difference, guys. Amazing. Even the islands out here. So this is our ILS set up for runway 28 left, San Francisco. Just checking the computer's got it right. So we've got DivEc 7000, RockMe 4000 or above, He-Man intersection 3100 or above, and Diet intersection 1800. And as you can see, yep, that looks pretty good. Divec, Ponky, so they look okay. At 132, so that's sorted. And the runway course is 284. On this map it shows 281. So if I put 281 in here, I'll get a runway course error. So I've got to do 284. Same on this one. If I'm doing a dual land, let's go right this way. 284. And that should be fine. Otherwise you get a runway course error. Come up on the FMC. Go back to our legs page. The other one on the touch screens I've got set up for progress. So I've got 238 to run, 128 nautical miles top of descent. I'll show you on this one. Top of descent, 1604 Zulu, 127 nautical miles. So far so good. Now on descent in the Frisco Bay, just past 20,000 is our waypoints. Okay, so there you have it. Thanks for watching.